Good morning, everyone. Well, I know it could be afternoon or in the middle of the night for you guys. Morning for me. Anyway, this is the second lesson we have in probability distributions. In today's topic, we want to talk about mean, variance, and standard deviation for a probability distribution. Okay, so the mean, as you know, is an average. Okay, the average number of occurrences you should get if you do an experiment many times. That's called the theoretical mean. Okay, so you're not doing an experiment. It's actually what it should be if you do something lots. Okay, so the mean, okay, and you're going to see this new little creature here. It's mu is how you say that. So that scripty looking M you say is mu. It just says the population mean. And you're going to take your x's times your p of x's and add them up. Okay, so that's what this formula here says. So the mean for a probability distribution, you take your x's times your p of x's and you add them up. All right, rounding rule, same as what we've seen previously. Round to one decimal place past what you have for your data. All right, so let's try one of these here. So in a family with 2 children, find the mean of the number of children who will be girls. Okay, so I have the probability distribution. So to calculate the mean, okay, and again, I have this labeled with our new character mu. We're just going to go through here and multiply the x's times the p of x's. So like 0 times 1/4, 1 times 1/2, plus 2 times 1/4. So we're going to do the sum of those multiplied together. So we have a 0 plus 1/2, I wrote kind of big here, plus 2/4, which would also be 1/2. So we add this up and you come up with 1. So the average number of girls, or in a family with 2 children, the average of the number of children who will be girls is 1. Okay. All right, let's try a second example. If a coin is tossed, find the mean number of heads that will occur. Okay, so again, probability distribution is given. So we're going to multiply the x times the p of x and add that up. Okay, so 0 times 1/8, 1 times 3/8, 2 times 3/8, 3 times 1/8. Okay, so doing our arithmetic here, 0 plus 3/8 plus 6/8 plus 3/8. If we add that up, you get 12/8 or 3/2, which is better known as 1.5. Okay, so that's a 1.5. So the mean for this one, 1.5. Okay, and that's the mean number of heads that will occur when you toss a coin 3 times. All right, so next up, we have a little bit to talk about the variance and the standard deviation. Okay, so notation over here. Okay, sigma, or lowercase sigma here, is the same as we used s squared in the previous examples or previous chapter. And then you take the square root to get the standard deviation just like before. Okay, so let's start in here. 5 cubes numbered 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 are placed in a bucket. After the cubes are mixed, one is selected, its number noted, then it is replaced. Find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the numbers on the cubes. And we're going to assume this is repeated lots and lots of times. Okay, so for the probability distribution, we're going to have 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, and then since there's 5 cubes, they're all equally likely. We would have the chance of them being selected is 1 out of 5. Okay, you could also call that 0.2 if you want to. All right, so now there's a big formula we can use to calculate the variance and the standard deviation. However, what I would like you to do to find the mean, variance, and the standard deviation is to find on your calculator something called 1-var stats. Okay, so I'm going to have you now, you can pause the video if you want to, the numbers on the cubes, or the x's, I want you to put in L1. Okay, the P of X's, I want you to put into L2. Okay, so I'm actually down here. Step 1, put the numbers in L1. Step 2, put the probabilities in L2. So if you need to stop for a second, do that. Okay, so if you stopped, I'm going to assume maybe now you're back. All right, so now we have to go back on your calculator to the home screen and then start in again. We're going to go Stat, Calc, and then one var stats. Okay, then you're going to have to tell it your X list is L1, frequency is L2, then calculate. Okay, and that should kick out your value for you. Okay, I calculated that X bar is 4. Okay, and remember that's your mean. Standard deviation comes out, it's, my bad here, hold on, gotta erase that. Yep, maybe I don't want squared. We'll just get rid of the whole thing. We'll fix it. All right, so it says sigma X, it's like a rounded looking thing, and that's actually your standard deviation. Okay, I got 2.828. Okay, now the calculator doesn't give you variance when you're in one var stats, so you actually have to take that sigma and square it. So you'd put 2.828 on your calculator and hit squared, and it should come out pretty darn close to 8. Okay, so a little out of order, but it does the same thing. All right, so again, this calculator keystrokes here are going to be your friend. And we can look at that a little further when we get into class if you need to. Okay, so again, this is how we calculate mean, variance, and standard deviation from a probability distribution. Thanks for watching.